Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tausch, interesting perspective on the star power in sports from Eric's young son, who finds himself, for the first time, actually interested in the NBA? And it's because of a guy. One guy, right?
He, he's a Bucks fan, but he obviously the Bucks are how they are. But he doesn't ever watch.
The Bucks are how they are,
but never watches games. Tausch, my kids are interesting. They're huge sports fans, local, Bucks, Brewers, Packers, and all that. But they very rarely watch games. They just get the highlights and all that stuff on their phones. But my kid, throughout the series of the Spurs and Thunder, has multiple times said to me throughout the last, week and a half, hey, yeah, Spurs. Hey, Wemby, they got a game tonight. Hey, what do you think? Uh-huh. Pop that on? Sure, man. Go ahead if you want. I've never seen him this interested before in an NBA series that didn't have anything to do with the local team. And he loves watching Wemby and the Spurs.
Yeah, I think anybody that watched, I want to say, was it last series when Wemby just went crazy, or maybe it was the first game against Oklahoma. It was the first game against OKC. And nowadays you see this, and I see it with my kids too. It's, everything is phone and YouTube shorts and clips and TikTok and all that stuff. And it's not, let's turn on and actually sit and watch a game. But when you get someone that is transformational and you can recognize greatness. I think as adults, you see it. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's must watch. Tiger Woods would be an example where I think kind of moved that needle. Obviously, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. And, otherwise now it's really hard to impress people. It's hard to get where people are like, I have to sit down and watch this so I can talk about it the next day. It was a lot easier for us because we had limited options. Now, the options are everywhere. So for Wemby to break through like that, and I'm sure it's not just your son that is feeling that way. I think that it's spreading a long way. And that's why the NBA has always pushed its stars and with shoes and everything else, because they know that that's how this thing goes. And the same thing goes why everybody is intrigued to meet a quarterback or a wideout is because these players have the ability to kind of be stars and be different than everybody else. And when you have that, you better make sure you utilize it. And you could say the same thing with the WNBA. And I think they've kind of bungled that a little bit with Caitlin because that same, fever pitch, not to be a pun, it was WNBA, and maybe he'll get it back. But stars always, doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Oh, I would suggest too, Tausch, on that point, for those who are excited about the possibilities of what may happen for the Bucks if they pull off a big trade for Giannis or whatever. Okay, careful what you wish for, because some kid somewhere in Oklahoma isn't particularly interested in the Bucks, who are a perennial 7 seed that are just kind of competitive or whatever, without that star power of a guy like Giannis. And I'm not saying I'm not fed up with the whole saga, but just, okay, who are we to become here if we don't get another superstar?
Well, you can just look around the league, and especially when you're talking small market teams like Milwaukee is, Giannis has moved the needle and made us an incredibly relevant, obviously a championship team, and that draws interest in Giannis's story. And Giannis was basically Wemby, 8 or 9 years ago, and now Wemby's skill set and what he can do shooting and some other things, even add the fact that he's another 7 or 8 inches taller, adds another layer to it. But no doubt, I think when Milwaukee, one of the big things, you can't get this wrong. Giannis would stay here if he could. If you're going to trade him, you better get a young star back or someone that is going to be able to at least give your fan base hope. Because while you can worry about the kid in Oklahoma City, I think the big thing is you got to worry about the city of Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, and making sure that we care about what's going on. Because the last thing you want to be in sports and in any industry is where nobody is really thinking about you. You either want you to hate them or love them. And if you don't have if you have apathy or whatever, I guess apathy is the right word, that is the worst place to be in business and also in sports.
Have a great weekend, Tausch.
You too, guys.